city, DC, that's where I'm from. 1130 podcast, Dre and Willsy is the one. Let's get it, yeah. Who with me? Let's get it, yeah. Who with me? Yeah. I'm from the city, DC, that's where I'm from. Let's get it. 1130 podcast, Dre and Willsy is the one.
He the one, nigga.
So let's get it, baby.
He the one.
With me, so
Yo, what it do, everybody? It's your man Dre, aka Dre on Wheels. Y'all already know what it is, man. Welcome back, everyone, to the 1130 podcast. What's good, everybody doing out there on this Wednesday? You got ready? It's episode 99, you guys. So the countdown has officially started to the 100th episode of the 1130 podcast, man. It's coming up next week, man. But yo, it's this week. It's going down. It's Wednesday, so you know what time it is. It's 11:30 a.m. Good morning to everyone who's listening on EB Radio this morning. For everyone who's watching on YouTube, thank you guys so much for tuning back into the podcast. For real, speaking of YouTube, if you're new to the 1130 podcast, head over to YouTube, man, and subscribe to the 1130 podcast YouTube channel. Like it, leave a comment, and do all that great stuff. And don't forget to follow the 1130 podcast on all social media platforms. But you guys, like I said, it's Wednesday, so it's time for the podcast, man. For real, episode 99, as we on the countdown to episode 100, the big 100. Yo, DC vibes are in the building all the way, you guys, this week. Yes, for real, DC in the building. They are the hosts of the Done Deal ENT Podcast. My guy, Uncle Russell, aka If I Ain't Seen Shit Was a Person, and my man Money Dave is going to be joining me here on the 1130 podcast this week. Yo, man, it's going to be dope all the way, man, for real. Me and my man Russell, we go way back, Uncle Russ, man, and we've been trying to make this happen even before I just, was on Zoom and everything. So this is going to be dope, for real. It's going to be real dope. But before we get into that, you guys, man, shout out my guest who was on last week, Janine Hernandez. Thank you so much for being on the show. Speaking of the show, let's get into it, for real, man. Let's get into it. Yo, Uncle Russ, Money Dave, what's going on?
What it do?
Hey, yo.
ENT Podcast, sponsored by my man, 1130 Podcast. What's up with it?
Hey, what's going on with it, man? This is a long time coming and a long time making, man. Me and Uncle Russ been trying to make this work, but you guys done got it up and popping down. I'm loving what you guys doing, though. How's life treating both of you guys right now?
It's good. We up and coming, Done Deal ENT Podcast. We've been trying to make a splash. You dig what I'm saying? Me and my homeboy, man, we had an idea, a vision, and we just like, okay, let's get it.
Okay, yeah. It's all about that, man. It's all about the vision, man, and trying to, put one foot forward and take off with it. Because, we from the city, man. We already know. I talked about it here on the podcast a couple of times. How, being from the city can be, it could be good to a certain extent. If you're real popular, but if you ain't, it's a grind. It's a struggle to trying to, make it and get noticed and get, known and stuff like that. But like you said, you guys doing great. Done Deal ENT Podcast is up and jumping. I appreciate it once again, Money Dave and Uncle Russ, man, for joining me here on the podcast. But like I said, I'm familiar, and me and Russ go way back. So Money Dave, man, tell the listeners here on EB Radio and on YouTube, man, just something about yourself, and we're gonna get to Russ after that.
I will like to introduce myself. I'm Money Dave from the Done Deal ENT Podcast. Man, what I can say about myself is I'm a great down-to-earth guy, definitely an entrepreneur. Like my man Russ said, we had a vision that was a dream before that, and we just pushed it to reality. So, to anybody who got a dream, follow your dreams, push those dreams into visions and those visions into reality. Because you ain't got nothing but time, baby.
Yeah.
Keep that motherfucking dough in.
Hey.
You have to do things with people who see the same vision you see. It ain't gotta be exactly how you see it, but as long as y'all on the same page, y'all can make it work.
You right?
That's what it all boils down to, and having that dedication to make that dream become reality. On the code.
Yeah, you're right about that, man. It's always, man, especially if you got a brother, man, or someone that's right beside you, man, whether that's, your man or whoever it is, man, or family, just that could believe in your dreams, see in your dreams, and make it happen. You got it jumping off with the Done Deal Podcast, man. What you guys trying to go with it?
Well, as far as the platform that we're trying to create a voice. You know what I'm saying? We want that voice to be heard by the people who need to hear it. You know what I'm saying? There's a lot of talent. There's a lot of good things here in the city that don't get light shined on it due to the violence and, you know, politics of the city that we stay in, you know, this DC. You know what I'm saying? We here with the president. So I just want to be a platform to open doors for others.
Mm-hmm. You're right.
Just let people know that, like, we all are from the same motherfucking place. We all from the same place, dog. We all. There's no reason to hate on each other. There's no reason to backdoor each other. Like, if you got the same vision, like a girl who doing hair, another girl who doing nails, another girl who doing clothes, that's a whole empire in one.
It's a corporation. And that's unity. It takes unity to do that.
And a nice good team. A mean team. Hey, Drake, when I first met you, Drake, you made a couple of beats. You said outside of freestyle.
Yeah.
Let's make them beats, my dude.
Hey, you right about that, man. You so right about that. Hey, yo, once we was talking a little earlier, man, I was like, yo, man, me and Uncle Russ, man, we go way back. I remember, you know, Wagner, man, just, you know, coming outside, you know, pulling out the beats and just, you know, ripping with it, you know, just having some fun. And it is all about that, you know, the people that you connect with and vibe with. And, you know, what you guys doing for the city, the voice of the voices, you know, just having that voice to speak out, because there's so much stuff that's going on in the city, you know, because it's all about us, you know. I interview and have different people each week on from different places, man. But every week I always try to like look out and reach out, you know. And like I say, I'm so excited about this episode because, man, before I even started having guests, man, Uncle Russ reached out to me, man. Was like, I'm trying to be on, but I was like, yo, man, I'm like, yo, at first how it was too rocky. I was just on another podcast talking about this, you know, just how it's starting out. It's just, you know, you got to stick with it. And now we here and we with it. So, you know, you gotta support each other, and, you know, and bring each other up, you know. So, man, I once again, it's all about that. As far as what's going on in the city, my man Money Dave said, and you guys spoke on the Done Deal podcast. What you guys feel about how the city going right now and what's going on with the youth?
I would say, man, that right now there's a lot of lost youth in the city. There's a lot of youth reaching out for guidance. And, you know, I feel like as a representative of my community, as a Black man, me being a father and all, I feel like it's my duty to try to open those doors for these youth to get away from the streets, because all of them don't want to be there. Mm-hmm. But a lot of them ain't got no place to go, right? Mm-hmm. Like we talk about it a lot on our podcast. Yeah. About how, you know, when we were younger, we had outlets. There's not that many outlets for these young stuff. And there's no positive role models for them to follow. Yes. You know what I mean? So if I could be a big brother or a role model to anybody, you know, that's watching me or listening to this platform, that's what I'm here for. Mm-hmm. I'm here to try to, you know, give back to what was given to me.
Okay, you're right. Uncle Russ, man, what you say, man? What's going on in the city right now? Because it's so wicked.
Just to rebuttal what my man just said, though, like, it's for real. Like, the way they got things structured now is structured for our youth to lose. It's made for them to be stuck in an environment that they don't have hope. They don't have the resources, but and the whole time they have the resources. They have the drive. They get peer pressure because they see their man doing something and they want to do it. But everybody ain't built for this. Some people was made for the sidewalk. These young niggas believe they was made for the street. Their household, they see their mom, she out here on TikTok and OnlyFans and like the dad get railroad. Their dads get railroad. Being a dad nowadays and seeing the lifestyle there, you may have dads that play the wrong side of the track, but they still gonna try to put into their kids not to follow what I did. Mm-hmm. You see what I'm saying?
You're right.
But they get caught up in these streets, and it's like they following the dude that's right next to them. Mm-hmm. Think about this, cuz Kids don't even go to school no more, man. 15, 16 years old, they're not going to school. What is that? Like we had recreation centers. You see what I'm saying? We had after school programs. We had cool coaches. We had cool teachers. But when they started taking, like, if you hit your child and this, that, up, no, some kids need that level across their belt, that belt across them little cheeks to get them some understanding. It's just a little attitude adjustment. You know what I'm saying? You don't know about to abuse your child or even have to beat your child. But some kids just need one.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
I come from a stern household. I told her when I was 6 years old, Mom, you can't beat my butt no more. So she flipped the script on me, man. She flipped that thing. You know what she did? She put me on punishment. And she never gave me a date or a time or how long I was on. You punished. Go in your room. The more I asked to come out that room, the longer the stay was. The longer the stay was. Hey. You feel me, Drake?
Yeah, I hear you, man. It's so wicked, man. Like I was just saying, you mentioned on TikTok too, and just, you know, a lot of these the youth and guys and girls, you know, just so, you know, misguided or whatever. And I was just, you know, on TikTok looking at just what was going on with, you know, just so many challenges and stuff like that. And, you know, how you also mentioned, you know, how kids don't even go to school nowadays. And it's just so true. And it's just like, where the kids' parents at? You know, you got some parents out here that, you know, are on TikTok trying to, you know, create a next viral video, or that's out there just trying to be their kids' best friends, and instead of trying to be their parents and stuff like that. Like, you know, and you hit the nail on it with, you know, the men out here. We just, you know, with the fathers, you know, I don't have kids, but I know a lot of male figures that's in my life who have kids and stuff like that, and they, you know, of course, men get the, you know, bashed down on, and, you know, but what was going on? That's how I see it, man. You spoke right on it.
Us men, we get trashed, dog. We can't, like it must have been a wave from the radioactive waves from cell phones and microwave, but the time has changed and the roles have switched. Dads became more mothers than mothers became moms. Let me say that one more time for somebody and catch that in the background. Dads became more moms than moms became mothers. You said I was raised by a mother, but I called her mom. They've been raised by moms that they call a best friend.
You right.
You see what I'm saying? It's a difference. Our youth don't believe that they that good. We are DC. We used to be Chocolate City. Everybody, you wasn't nobody unless you came to DC. Every rapper, artist, actor, know that. You was nothing if you didn't make it to Chocolate City. Everybody who came from Chocolate City left us and just left us.
Yeah, you're right.
Y'all just by all these motherfuckers that don't give two shits about you.
It is. And that's and you talked about, you know, how the youth, and also, you know, with, you know, everything they got so much, you know, advantage with, you know, with the social media and stuff like that. You know, you could, like I was telling my fiance, I was like, yo, you could raise them, you know, be a proper kid, you know, all day long, but, you know, long as they, you know, may surround themselves with the wrong kid or the wrong person, then it's all downhill from there. You know, like you can do as best as you can.
The thing with that is, Drake, because I'm a father and I pay attention to my kids. See, you have to raise your kids to understand the difference and to understand the difference in choosing wisely and making wise choices. So if I can instill in my child to be aware of his surroundings, you know, even when I'm not around, that's the best that I can do, because he's still gonna have to make that decision on his own. But with that, I'm giving him something to follow. You see what I'm saying? So when he get placed in certain situations, he gonna already be more hip than he need to be for that situation. So as long as you as a parent do your part, is a great chance that your child gonna come out doing what's right than him coming out doing what's wrong, because it's all about the way you interact with your child.
Yeah.
You right.
They gotta make their own decisions regardless.
But they gotta.
So it all boils back down on what you instilling and the way you interacting with your child. You know what I'm saying? All that we ain't friends. It's different levels. My kids understand that. We can play. We play, but I'm not your friend. I'm never your friend, and we never on the same level. And that respect is always kept. So with that understanding, they can carry that throughout life. This adult and me and this adult ain't on the same level. There's a lot of kids now that don't even respect adults at all. And I work in the school system. And that comes from home. A lot of parents now are younger, around my age and younger, and they get their kids, I guess, what they assume a freedom of speech. Like, I don't want my child to be afraid to talk to me, and but that's all the way you instill your child up.
Yeah, you're right. This generation is.
When we was young, we was allowed to talk to our parents. It's just certain things is for a certain place, and we wasn't as privileged to see as much as the kids see today. These kids see a lot. They know too much, way too fast.
You're right.
So they minds already racing. They already wandering before they even should be wandering. They're not even given a chance to be kids anymore.
Exactly. They growing up too fast. And I think that and what a lot got to do with it was, when I was a kid and parent and the grown folks was chilling, we was out the way. We wasn't chilling, around the grown folks. We wasn't, doing what they were doing and, stuff like that. Nah, they wasn't like that.
They come out there. There's no reason for you to be out here.
Exactly.
That was an ass whooping.
You're so right about that, man. For real though. And it, then with the, social media and stuff like that, it's so crazy. They growing up, they don't, play with toys no more.
They don't limit their kids access to it. That's all. See, social media and the internet ain't a problem because we had AOL. You remember the dial-up? We had that.
Yeah, we did. We did.
We was limited. You couldn't get on the computer if your mother was right there, unless she was doing some homework type. You couldn't just run out there and hop on the computer. You couldn't do that.
Facts.
Now kids got these devices. They got phones. They got everything. They want on their phones. That's why all my kids' systems and gadgets is child safety law.
Another thing I see though. I know another thing. It's not even just that. It's just like, okay, they look at their kids in a just that way. Like they'll put their kids on to fashion before they put them on to learn. Kids will be fresh to death in school and don't want to listen, don't want to do no work. They just worried about what they about to get for lunch because their mom about to bring them some pizza. I see these things, man, and I pay attention to these things. Y'all glorifying kids the wrong way. You know what I'm saying? You gotta teach your kids that school is like your job. See, your job is to be a kid. My job is to be an adult. So when you out here and I go buy you toys and stuff like that, you play with that stuff. You enjoy this time. I don't want to hear you say, I can't wait to get a job. No, you don't. Shut your mouth. Close your mouth. Be quiet. I can't wait till I'm this age. Shut up. Be quiet. You're lying. I'm telling you, you don't want that. Because we did that. Now, when we got to that age, we like, shit, I got to work. I got to pay bills. I got to do this. Be a kid.
We did that. We did that amongst ourselves under our breath in the room.
Yeah, but that shit, but listen, words.
I never would have said that.
Words.
I can't wait to work or get a job at this age.
Exactly.
Like my boys love to work, cuz, you hear me? Drake.
Yeah.
My middle son, he been wanting a job. He want his own, he be wanting his own things. You know what I'm saying? We can get it for him, but he be like, I don't want to keep bugging y'all. I didn't see that, but I'm like, no, I want you to do what you're doing, and I get you whatever you need.
But that come from the structure that y'all instilled him, and he see you and his mother working for everything. So a child gonna want to repeat that rebuttal.
Yeah.
And that's all it is. You already instilling in him to get it on his own. Not to go out and get it in the street, not like that, but to be man enough to say, I went and I worked for this and I'm proud that I got this on my own. Right. Because that's how all of us was. Well, I can't say all of us, but I had my dad in the household. And I saw my dad bust his ass. I saw my mother bust her ass. So I knew when I started working, I was going to work hard enough so I can get everything I want, so they didn't have to work that hard.
What about you, Dre?
Hey, say that again.
Was you that way? Your mom going to work every day. You knew that you was gonna bang like that.
Exactly, man. Every day, I always tell her, and when she says something about the podcast or whatever, I tell her, I'm gonna buy your house because, I was, my mom was a single mom, majority of the time, my dad,
Shout out to Miss Cherry.
Oh yeah, shout out to mama for real. And my biological dad wasn't in my life, and my stepfather passed away when I was only 7 years old. So like my mother worked at so many jobs, whether she had 2 jobs at one time, doing everything she could to raise all 4 of us. And I always said to her, like, man, like I want to be that son that want to give you the world and more, because you done did it like that. And not to, for me to go out and, be, thieving or being, doing it the wrong way. She raised, a well-rounded, godson.
That's the thing I'm saying. When you see someone actually doing it in front of you the right way, your mind don't even think to go do it the wrong way.
Mm-hmm.
You already making that conscious decision. My job gonna be this, or I'm gonna do this.
Yeah.
You're not even thinking, I'm gonna go jump in the street. And
let me ask y'all a question. Let's just say you had a parent in your household and they was in the street. You know what I'm saying? It's just that wasn't for you.
Yeah.
You see what I'm saying? That's another thing too. Like not necessarily I'm going to discredit a person that probably that was their only means. And like you gotta remember, a lot of people didn't have a lot of education.
Mm-hmm.
Right? So you know what I'm saying? So getting a job, they just like, man, fuck it. But not knowing they probably could have still got a job. But they just like, fuck it, I'm gonna sell his drugs. But they raised their kids opposite.
And then they try to do opposite because they show.
That's so true. That's so true.
If you blatantly let your child see,
that's the difference was back in the day. Because
a lot of people probably was like,
you can be right in front of it, but they had your mind elsewhere.
And that's go back to what I was saying. When we were younger, we were sheltered from those things that piqued our interest before time. Nowadays, these kids know everything, if not more.
A Draco, all that. I got a Draco.
The other day on Instagram, did you see the little boy that made the Glock out of the plastic, out of the cardboard box?
Nah.
And his mother was recording it. Oh, my son gonna be an engineer. Recording the little boy as he made the jump out of cardboard box. You could cock it and everything. He made clips. He made a drum clip to the jump. All that. That's how the kid is mind. You should have him focus on something better than that. If your son was that talented to do that in the house with no help,
imagine building model house, man. Imagine building churches.
Hey,
man,
you gotta see the bigger picture behind
it. Hey, yo, that's wild right there. That's something right there. These kids got, so much, time on their hands and, doing so much that, they need to be put in a spot where they can really, do something, positive with themselves instead of, doing something negative though. But that's a
proud podcast trying to bring.
Yo, man, you guys speaking nothing but facts, man. Nothing but facts. This been a good one. It's been a good one as we are on the countdown to the 100th episode next week, you guys. But before we get to there, we're going to finish the show. We got more show coming up. But first, we're going to pay some bills here on EB Radio and YouTube. You guys take a quick commercial break. And we got the rest of the show coming up, man. Don't go nowhere. You're listening. You're watching to the 1130 podcast. You dig?
No. Yeah, they gon' hate, but they ain't stopping this. I'ma keep making hits. Dre and Wills, it ain't no copying. Was you sitting there on the carpet with us? Yeah, we knew we had some options. We blessed, we ain't got them problems. Speak something that I gotta be honest. Told him he was gonna blow, and that's my problem.
Welcome to EB Radio. Everyone has something to say, a story to tell. We make it easy to share yours. So let's talk.
Regardless of your podcast setup, hit record. And from there, whether your podcast reaches 10 people or 10 million, we can help you get heard wherever listeners are.
And who knows, maybe even quit your day job.
But no matter who hears you, it's about connecting and sharing something from your perspective.
It's about having a voice and using it without anything standing in your way. Say it all with Anchor.
Yo, what up? This your boy Kenneth Stones, a.k.a. Coffee Weaston.
This your boy DOE Good Brother Bowl.
And we are the Dirty Hills. You already know, man, you tuning in to 11:30 podcast.
Mm-hmm.
Not 7:30, but 11:30.
Dude, that's my job. Not 7:30, but 11:30.
Yeah. And you have been Dirty Hills approved.
When you grind from the bottom, then it feel more awesome. Don't be scared of us. Just approach with caution. 11:30 podcast, nigga, is you watching? I'm from the city, DC, that's where I'm from. 11:30 pod.
Yo, we back here on EB Radio and YouTube. Yo, I got my guy Uncle Russ and Money Dave from the Done Deal ENT Podcast, straight from DC, man, right here, DC in the building here on EB Radio and YouTube. It's been an awesome show, man, for real. It's been a really, really awesome show. Let's get back into it, man, for real. It's time for the WTF moment of the week, you guys. Yo, Money Dave, that was a WTF moment, man, with the kids, man, playing with or making guns, man. It just, hey, they just can't stay, occupied, and they're just all over the place. It's real crazy, though. But it's time for the WTF moment of the week. Each week, I share a WTF moment that you may have heard, seen, or encounter, or whatever like that. You guys want to go first if you want to share a WTF moment?
Yeah, like last night I had a WTF moment, man. I was at a little party. You know what I'm saying? Stripper jump. She just flopped on my lap, like, boom. Like, that's not sexy. You know what I'm saying? No. That's not. I don't really get lap dancing, so that's not really my thing. You know what I'm saying? So I want you to perspire all on my pants. And
Was it like a cannonball jump?
no, it was like y'all see that little meme or that little post when a bride run the room naked and jump on a guy's face and he go,
Yeah.
Don't go be like that. I was just slouched back though, you know what I'm saying? So she threw me off guard. Then I'm like, damn, that was heavy. You know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? That was strong. Ain't no sexy.
It was like the 32 pack of water hitting.
Yeah, you know what I'm saying? It's like when it's sexy as God, you got to get on me nice. You know what I'm saying? I can't come in the room and just punch you in the back of the head until you throw it in the air.
Hey, that's a W.
They say it's equal rights.
Hey, I know what you're talking about, man. Hey, that's a WTF moment all the way, man. For real, ain't nothing sexy about that. Like, you been all aggressive, like, come on, chill down. Why are you jumping up? Like, nah, come on. But hey, my WTF moment of the week, you guys, man. This past Friday, you guys, man, with the football season back in swing and everybody is having fun and enjoying some football season now. But this year, we got the fans back full in effect, though. But this football game was a high school football game. Some of you listening and watching may have seen the video or heard the story over the weekend.
In Alabama, 4 people were shot when gunfire erupted at a high school football game Friday night. Police say 1 person is in critical condition. The crowd ran to the exits. Some of the players actually dropped to the ground to try to avoid any of the shots. You see this all going down here. It happened on an exit ramp outside Ladd Peebles Stadium in Mobile, just as the game between 2 rival teams was coming to an end. No arrests have been made yet.
Whoa, that's crazy. Not why the kids. Come on, man. See, that's what I'm saying. You know the thing about it is, though, because on everything I love and on the code, they don't have no morals. Like, for real, around kids, though, home, I remember back in the day when people had beef and people had problems, they really went for their man. They didn't shoot up a whole project and drop babies and women. You know what I'm saying? If a woman got killed, the woman must have did something real foul.
She was with the shits.
Yeah, she must have did something real foul. You see what I'm saying? See, they ain't got no, listen, with killing, there's no money being made. When there is killing, there is no money being made. You out here lying to yourself, saying you're rich, you're making this bag, you're not. You know what I'm saying?
You're right.
The drug game, the hustle game, the joint is taxed thing. It's taxed. The government found a way to tax it. That's all you doing. You was getting second hand. Now you're getting 15 hand. You're not selling nothing. You're going to jail like you're selling a big thing, but you're not selling nothing. You out here buying guns. but you're not ready for the war that's gonna come.
Yeah.
You're not gonna be ready for the war that's gonna come, because the war that's gonna come, you can't use no gun. You know what I'm saying? It's gonna be that. It's gonna be that black and white. It's gonna be using your brain. It's gonna be using your ability. You see what I'm saying? It's gonna be a rebuild stage.
Yeah, you're right. You are exactly right.
We all gonna stand with our backs against the wall, and we all gonna have the same common enemy. No matter what freaking color you are, you can be purple, you gonna be yellow. You out here in America, we all gonna have the same common enemy, which we have right now, but people so blind to see it. But when we talk like this, we get frowned upon, cuz. Man, they ain't gangster. Man, nobody ain't trying to hear that. But what you trying to hear? You want to hear a lie? Why? The truth sounds much better than a lie. Because once your third eye is open, you can't close it. Once you know the truth, you cannot close it. We ain't gonna have no future. We ain't gonna have no future doctors. We ain't gonna have no future lawyers. Y'all killing our kids, man. On the code. I don't know what I'm gonna do in my future. I might need a lawyer. I don't know.
Big facts, though. I understand what you're saying, man.
I want somebody to play for my Dallas Cowboys. I want somebody to play for my Lakers.
Yeah.
I want somebody to make my favorite slow jam when I get old. Hey, young boy, what you know about that right there? What? You know what I'm saying? These are things I need.
Yeah.
But they killing our youth. Instead of uplifting them, they showing them the wrong.
They going down the wrong road, man. Going down the wrong road. This youth, man, is I don't know. I don't know what to say, man. That's why I like having, real mature guys such as yourselves, Money Dave and Uncle Russ, come on, man, and just speak facts, man, and just what's going on in the community and going on in the world, man. So yeah, that's WTF all the way, man. Can't enjoy a Friday night, for real though. Can't enjoy Friday night. Speaking of football, while we was on the football, how you guys enjoying the football season? Money Dave, who your football team? I know Uncle Russ love the Cowboys, so.
The Eagles. The Eagles is my football team, you know what I'm saying?
Okay.
Doing pretty good.
Okay, Eagles.
I ain't complaining.
Okay, that's good.
Y'all see what it is. If y'all don't know number 2, this is Zeke. It's the Zeke. High school jersey.
So what you think the Cowboys gonna do this season then, since Zeke back?
I just want to see us blossom into the team that the whole world hate to love and love to hate. You know what I'm saying? Because we get scrutinized on dispositions in the league because we have injuries. We have bad coaching. We have bad play calling. But I want the whole world to understand, if they would have never lied and cheated on us with that Dez Bryant no catch, we would have had a Super Bowl. Tony Romo would have had that Super Bowl. We go to the Super Bowl and we beat the Patriots or the Seahawks. Either one of them, we would have beat them. And that's on the code. But right now, where we lies at now, I'm just loving the defense. I'm loving the coaching. I'm loving the whole football. Everybody look good. Everybody look good because everybody's still getting used to in that pad work. You know what I'm saying? People had COVID last year. A lot of people didn't get no bump last year. So you're gonna see what's gonna happen around about November, December. That's when that pad work gonna really come in. Niggas gonna be getting sit down and injuries gonna start kicking in. But everybody look good, man. It's a lot of sticky. It's some people that people don't believe will go. They're gonna go.
Okay.
Right now.
Hey, that's what's up. That's what's up, man. Hey, they're gonna be doing big things.
Who's your team, Dre?
My team, the Ravens, though. My team, the Ravens, man. The Ravens, the Baltimore Ravens.
I don't think I ever asked you your football team. I think I never asked you. I did not know you liked them.
If you did, I don't even think I ever or said a football team, because you know me, I was never like really got into it, but like over the years, I like really.
Yeah, your shit was always wrestling. Shout out to all those wrestling fans. Shout out to all y'all know that shit.
Yeah. I was always wrestling though, but Baltimore Ravens is definitely my team, man. I can't wait to see what they do next. The Eagles and definitely the boys, man. So, we got a whole lot of opinionated Cowboy fans out there, man. And people who don't or do like the Cowboys. So
It's gonna
hey, that's what's up. That's what's up. And you guys, man, we're gonna move on here on the podcast. A couple of weeks ago, Dave Chappelle had this special out on Netflix.
Yes.
And had everybody going crazy, had everybody, saying, their opinions on it. Have you guys seen it, or what you guys thoughts on it?
We talked about it on our podcast. Talk your shit, Flood. Talk your shit, Flood. Talk your shit, Flood.
Man, I really feel, and this just being brutally honest, it's crazy to me how a people could be under a depression for 500 years, but a man can say that he feels lesser than a man and more like a woman and get more attention and more respect
and rights
than a whole mass of people who have been treated
unfairly,
unjustified,
enslaved, and chained.
Just a mockery of. And they make such a big deal about the gay community. It's crazy to me. And as far as Dave Chappelle goes, he is a stand-up comic. This is what he do. He make jokes. He cracks jokes. Regardless if the joke hit home, regardless if the joke make him stand on some type of platform, it's a joke. It's a joke.
Do you think that the community that they are pushing, far as in the entertainment world in Hollywood, is over sexualized?
Hey, let me ask that question. You said you watch football, right, Dre?
Yeah, I watch football. Yes, I do.
Did you watch Monday Night Football last week?
Yes, I did.
You see the intro?
I don't think I did though, but
The intro said they had a little boy say, "NFL is gay. NFL is lesbian. NFL is everything." LaMichael Sam's got pushed out the NFL because he came out the closet and said he was gay at the Combine.
Mm-hmm.
You understand me?
Yeah.
You see what I'm saying? And in one setting, when they changed when they accepted the LGBTQBC, whatever, I'm not no offense to none of them, but they have more rights than the whole Black community.
And you know why? Because it's gay white guys.
And that's all. Why. And that's all David Chappelle.
Because if it was all gay Black people, it would get no type of attention.
It would be frowned upon. They will get beat in the streets. They will get tased. They will get gassed and all that. Call all types of animals and all that. You know that because we always been called that. But see, this is the thing about it is, what David Chappelle did was say what people scared to say. He said what was needed to be said.
And that's his job.
What he said was he had a friend that was a transgender.
Mm-hmm.
He said he had a transgender that bombed on stage.
That opened up for him every time he came to LA.
He said that he has no offense against the gay community. He never said he had a problem with people. See, that's what the problem is. They're not looking at the underlying fact that he never said nothing disrespectful to them. He was just making a statement on it.
He was talking to the white people. He told them that.
He said that.
Yeah.
So,
but that same, not to cut you off, but that same transgender that bombed on stage defended him on Twitter. And when she defended him on Twitter,
they bashed
the gay community bashed him.
They bashed him.
To the point where he jumped off the roof.
They bashed him.
Yeah, that's how I look. Exactly. That's
but
how I look.
These are the people that push and power because it's gay people in power positions. They might not have all the power, but when you get a group of people in power positions, you can make shit happen. And that's all it is.
You see the new comic books, the new Superman. You talking about Superman bisexual?
Oh yeah.
Now they saying Robin was bisexual. Like
they coming out with a comic book right now.
These are fictional characters. These are not real people. So how all of a sudden a fictional character is bisexual when you've never seen in no shape, form, or fashion any type of bisexual content from a Superman cartoon movie, a Batman and Robin cartoon movie. The last animated cartoon Batman movie I seen with Robin in the jump, he got hit. He made Harley Quinn made him hit her. Yeah, Batman walked in on him having sex, and he said, "You don't act like you ain't never hit Catwoman." On the code. So I don't know what's all this bisexual stuff. They putting it on the kid.
Yeah, that's what I believe. That was the question that I was.
Girls come out, I'm gay. How you gay, little girl? What are you talking about?
Hey,
and another thing that I hate when they say, people be like, "Oh, I was born gay," or "I was gay from the beginning." That's a lie, because nobody is born with no sexual thought. When you're a kid, you don't think, "Oh, I like this boy, I like that girl." We kids, we playing, we having fun.
Right.
You pushing that agenda on the kids. They seeing that in their households, and they grasping onto it. They in a household with a mother that's a lesbian that's saying every day niggas ain't shit, your father ain't shit. So this will grow up with a lesser mind for a man.
Hey yo,
or this little boy or little girl was violated by the opposite sex or the same sex, so now they don't like it.
Yo,
that's a problem for them.
I stopped you if you was lying, but you're telling the truth though. You feel me?
And it's crazy how it's okay for them to push this onto our kids. And this is why our parents back in the day, the TV had to go off at some point. Nowadays, TVs don't go off.
They got phones now.
They done made the TV. If you leave your TV running all month, it's gonna cost you $12, $6. The little sticker that come on the side of your TV and tell you.
Yeah.
That's a monthly charge. It's okay to leave the TV running. It's nothing.
Crazy, man. Crazy.
People just gotta wake up, pay attention to your kids, pay attention to what's going on in this world. Because after a while,
you're right, man. You're right.
Everything gonna be different.
So just know when y'all want to hear that good stuff right there, like that. I mean, I'm just saying we be in our zone. I don't know if we disrespect anybody. We are 420 friendly. Bro, you still 420 friendly?
You right, man. You right. I was gonna say, man, you guys be chiefing real good on the pod, man. Every time I see you guys, man. Every time, man.
Listen, I'm gonna be real with you. I cannot lie to myself anymore, man. You know what I'm saying? Don't lie to yourself. Keep it 100 with yourself. You gotta be you. We put on the front when we at work just to get by. You know what I'm saying? But when you follow your dream and all that, while everybody turn their cheek up at you and all that, just okay, just smile and nod.
Yeah,
and just do you. Because you know why? Once you make it, they gonna say, "I told you."
Yeah.
You was gonna make it. But when you fail, I told you wasn't gonna do it. They always know.
Yeah.
I guess they don't even know though.
You right about that, man. You right about that. For real. Man, that hit home right there. Hey, what inspires both of you guys, man? What keeps you guys inspired each day? Energy. Hey. I never got that answer. I ask that question every week. I never got that answer. I like that one. Money Dave?
Energy. Now listen, dog. Listen.
Hey,
when you around good energy, good vibes.
Speak.
You can't do nothing but be great. Listen.
Yes.
If we all trash bags and you a gold trash bag, you still trash. On the code. So like my dog, like, you know what I'm saying? We've been banging for a while now on the code, and it's like we got vision, and I want to see that shit out. I don't give a fuck if people doubt us and all that. They don't like it. I don't give a fuck. We're gonna do it anyway just because we ain't got nothing else better to do.
Right about that, man. That's so right about that. Money Dave.
It's nothing like the greatest thing that you can do in your life is invest in yourself.
On the code.
And when you do that and you make something out of your investment, that's making yourself better. That's
you feel good.
Leveling up to the next level. That's a real level up.
Cause you on number 99, nigga. You on number 99.
For real, man. I know about that, man. When you invest in yourself, man, and just
I know that I'm a role model for my children. So the greater I do, the greater they'll do. So
okay, man.
The best at all times.
Jay.
Hey, that's what's up. That's what's up. I dig it all the way, man. I dig it all the way. Hey, you guys, man, we're going to move on here on the 1130 podcast. It's time for the 1130 podcast hot seat. Yeah, man. Uncle Russ and Money Dave, man, I got 6 questions for you guys, man, and we're going to roll with it. Whoever answers first, man, is all cool. So you guys ready?
Ready.
All right. What would you do if your parents didn't like your partner?
What would I do if I did? I had this happen. It depends on what my mom's saying. Could you give me a scenario?
I mean, you know, like they in an argument or something like that, and they just don't. I guess they don't like them no more or whatever like that. Just you like you said, you was talking about it on your podcast. I think you kind of like understand where I was going though. But you know, what would you do?
Man, you know what I'm saying. I learned my lesson when I listened to my mom. Though I did. I really believe that shit. Like when you don't listen to your parents, bad shit happens. Hey, cause I know that's a proven fact. But it depends though, cause my mama, you know, my mama different. So you know what I'm saying? My mama can like a motherfucker to stop liking a motherfucker for a certain reason. That bitch ain't give me none of her. I don't know.
Okay.
Stingy with her cigarettes. I don't know what my mama I don't know how she feel that day. So you know what I'm saying? But 9 times out of 10 though, you know what I'm saying? I'm a dissect the problem and see what's really going on, but I don't know if it's serious. I'm going with Mondu.
Okay, hey, I'm right along with you.
Going with Mondu.
Okay. What's one thing that bothers you the most about the world today?
The way that they push these agendas on the children.
Okay.
And I ain't just talking about the gay community. I'm talking about all agendas because they promote violence to our kids. They promote racism to our kids. They promote a lot of things to our kids, to the us and I. That's one thing that I hate most about this world.
Okay. All right. Where does happiness come from, and what does happiness mean to you?
Happiness come from within. Happiness come from within. Because if you ain't happy, you can't make no one else happy. You know what I'm saying? What makes me happy? When I can wake up and I can see my kids, you know what I'm saying? And I know that I did something positive throughout the day. Mm-hmm. And I never been break or fold. Under pressure, I'm not. I'm made tough, built for tough, baby.
Okay. Okay. What's one piece of advice that you wish everyone would take to heart?
One piece of advice that I wish everyone would take to heart is
mind your motherfucking business.
When you get up every day, you got 2 things. You get a chance and a choice. And I just wish that everybody takes that choice that they make with their chance serious.
Okay. Oh, okay. Hey, for real, you got to, man.
No, deep is this.
All right. Do you think men are more rational and women are more emotional?
See, honestly, you use too many big words, so I feel like you're cursing at me. I'm gonna ask you lower your tone and hook me up with the spiritual. Like, no real shit. Like, it's a yay and nay on both ways. It's a yay and nay on both ways because some women, you know what I'm saying? Some women got nigga ways and some niggas got women ways. You know what I'm saying? So you know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
I could just say yay and nay on that because you know I know some niggas that be looking tall, tough and all that.
Nowadays there's a lot of emotional men.
Yeah, they be crying, man. They be, I love you. How you gonna be cheating on me? You was cheating on her first.
Hey, you're right. All right. What are some things you consider unforgivable?
Another nigga there.
Something I can. Okay. Unforgivable. It depends on the situation, really, because there's a lot of things.
If she sucked that nigga off, so you gonna get mad?
It would depend on the situation.
Hey yo.
Man, no, you got
it would depend on the situation. I can't really pinpoint one thing because it'd be different strokes for different folks. Like it's certain shit, you know.
Hold on. What's the question again, Dre? What's the question again?
He said
that's unforgivable. Yeah, it's something unforgivable.
There's something unforgivable. See, okay. Honestly, something that's unforgivable. Betrayal.
Okay.
Betrayal is unforgivable.
Betrayal of what though?
It could be your best friend. It could be your mom. It could be.
But what is betrayal? What is the betrayal? Betrayal could be. It could betray a lot of things. That's what I'm saying. It would depend on the situation. You can't really say one situation because then it'll be another situation where you would do the same thing. You see what I'm saying? Where you would cut them off. So it depends on the situation. But if I had to pick one thing, you wanted to hear answer for one thing.
Fuck that
nigga. Yeah, betrayal would be the answer.
It gotta be.
But you could, well, yeah, betrayal, I guess.
Okay.
Because I can say something, but then I know that, like,
yes,
it's always something that could be worth, you know.
Great.
Yeah.
Great. That's the only way we became shackled and chained from betrayal. Betrayal. Everybody can be with the movement, but everybody don't see the vision.
Right.
That's the crazy part.
You are so
everybody
right.
want to be a boss, but you still ain't never been a worker. How you want to be a boss? You never worked.
Hey, yo, man, you bringing up big facts, man. Uncle Russ, Money Dave, yo, man, this was an awesome time. Episode 99 here on the 1130 podcast. Yeah. I appreciate you guys joining me this week here on the podcast, man. Before you guys go, man, any questions, any shout outs, anything you would like to say?
Yeah, I'd just like to say I appreciate you for bringing us on, man. Give you all your flowers, brother. Hopefully, I hope to see you soon on our podcast.
Most definitely.
To everybody watching, don't forget to come tune in at Done Deal ENT Podcast on Instagram, Twitter. And thank you again, brother.
I just want to let y'all know that we appreciate y'all for letting it. I appreciate you, Drake, and 1130 Podcast viewers, followers, subscribers, for letting us on, let us pop our stuff, you know what I'm saying? And yeah, and I'm with y'all, what y'all said with the Big E situation. See him being like an asshole now, be a bad guy.
Yeah.
Big E dog and shit. If he was a bad guy, Big E would be looking sweet.
Yeah, you're right. You were right.
But he was sweet as a bad guy.
But he with the New Day and he doing all that, you know, like, I don't know. Some people was like, man, it don't fit. So I'm right with it, man. I'm right with it.
I don't watch too much wrestling, but I fuck with Big E though.
Yeah. I appreciate that, for real. I really do, man. I really do. Hey, yo, man, this was an awesome time. Once again, for everyone who's listening on EV Radio and for everyone who's watching, head over to Instagram, head over to your favorite social media platforms. Follow the Done Deal ENT Podcast every Sunday and every Wednesday. You guys, they're going live. They chopping it up. DC vibes all the way, you guys. And for real, every Sunday at 8 o'clock, you guys. Every Wednesday at 8, tune in, you guys. Thank you, Big Money Dave. Yo, this was awesome. Uncle Russ, thank you, man, for being on the podcast this week.
On the go.
Yo, thank you, man.
Appreciate you, brother.
Yo, Money Dave and Uncle Russ, man, I appreciate you guys joining me this week here on the 1130 podcast. Man, this was an awesome time, man, having DC guys coming through, speaking their minds, man, and just, you know, their opinions of how they feel, man. Like, yo, it was an awesome show, man, for real. Yo, for everyone, if you dig the show, you dig what Money Dave and Uncle Russ, aka if I ain't seen shit was a person. Yo, you dig what they saying, man. Every Sunday, you guys, at 8 p.m. and every Wednesday at 8 p.m. Go check them out on Instagram Live, man. They chop it up, give you some dope discussions and everything. So, yo, man. Support your local peoples, man, and just, give back. So this was real awesome. Like I said earlier in the show, man, me and my man Russell hit me up and he was like, yo, man, I'm definitely trying to be on the pod, man. And I'm like, yo, I like it. What you doing, man? And I'm like, yo, like, I don't even have guests. So I think he was like one of the first people who was like, yo, I'm trying to be on as a guest. And I wouldn't even, having guests. So shout out to Babe, when she was just like, yo, you doing the thing with the laptop and just, yo, and we here, like my man Russell said, and like I've been saying, you guys, episode 99 of the 1130 podcast. This has been an awesome show. Once again, shout out to the Done Deal Podcast, Money Dave, and my guy, Uncle Russ. For real. But you guys, like I said, 100th episode of the podcast is coming up next week. We got some dope guests lined up, man. For real. Dope guests and all that. It's going to be real cool, man. I appreciate everyone who's been rocking with the 1130 podcast, who stick with the 1130 podcast, who supported the 1130 podcast. I appreciate it a lot. As you can see the shirt, man, for real, head over to Instagram, hit the link in the bio, get you a shirt, man. Support the 1130 podcast apparel, get you some gear. Right now, for real, tell somebody about the 1130 podcast. Tell a friend, man, for real. It's been an awesome show. Another Wednesday in the books, man. Yo, I'm out of here on out of here. But before I do, you guys, man, don't forget to follow the 1130 podcast on all social media platforms. Follow me on Twitter, Instagram, and Facebook, you guys, at the 1130 podcast. Yes, follow the 1130 podcast on Instagram and Twitter, like the 1130 podcast on Facebook, do all that stuff right there. For real, if you would like to be a guest here on the podcast, email me. That's the 1130 podcast at gmail.com or just DM me on social media so we can work, man. For real, I love working and I love doing it, man. For real, you could just, like my man Russell said, man, energy, man, it's contagious. It's contagious, man. Yo, in the 1130 podcast, Talk Pro Wrestling, available each and every Friday, you guys, where I interview some of your favorite independent referees, ring announcers, wrestlers, you name it. You dig, man? We at the 4.7 thousand downloads already. I thank everyone for tuning in each week. And yo, man, just keep listening. Keep listening, you guys. And once again, get some gear. Hit the link in the bio. And yo, I see you guys this Friday for Talk Pro Wrestling. And next week for the 100th episode of the 1130 podcast. Man, it's going down, man. For real. It is going down. I'm excited. Hope everybody stay blessed, stay safe, give all the glory to God, man. Won't he do it? For real. Yo, it's your man Dre, aka Dre on Wheels. And I'm out.
I'm from the city, DC, that's where I'm from. 1130 podcast, Dre on Wheels, he is the one. Let's get it, yeah. Who with me? Let's get it, yeah. Who with me? I'm from the city, DC, that's where I'm from. Let's get it. 1130 podcast, Dre on Wheels, he is the one.
He the one, nigga. So Breeze, baby. He the one.
With me,
so Breeze, baby.
Let's get it. You with me? Yeah, they gon' hate, but they ain't stopping this. I'ma keep making hits. Dre and Wheels, you know it ain't no copying. Was you sitting there on the carpet with us? Yeah, we knew we had some options. We blessed, we ain't got them problems. Speak something that I gotta be honest. Told him he was